Hello, and welcome to Breathworks with Joy. I'm Joy, and I thought I'd share a nighty night practice. I was inspired by a neighbor of mine that was sharing how difficult it's been for them to go to sleep, and if they happen to fall asleep, they wake up in the middle of the night unable to go back to sleep, and it's affecting their relationships and basically how they're interacting throughout the day. So I thought I'd share or offer 3 poses that may be of benefit in helping quiet the mind, calm the nervous system, so that we can move into a state of rest and digest for better sleep. So to begin, just begin to notice the breath. Whether you're lying in bed or sitting down on the floor, just begin to notice the breath, right? Letting the mind rest on the breath and noticing how it feels to just audibly exhale out through the mouth as if a big sigh of relief, making the sound of ah, A-H-H-H-H. Inviting any bodily tensions to begin to soften. And continuing that big sigh, but now drawing the lips together in a very soft, easy way so that we exhale out through the nose. But with that same intention of just sighing and extending the exhalation, which is very calming and nurturing for the parasympathetic nervous system. And then moving into Balasana, child's pose, as we bring the big toes together and the knees apart. And as I do this, I'm going to bring my hands underneath my forehead, giving my head something to rest upon, and inviting my hips to draw down towards my heels and resting my awareness on my breath. And as I allow the weight of my head and the weight of my bones to release with gravity towards the floor, I'm also drawing my chin slightly into the notch between my collarbones. And you can stay here from anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes, or as long as it feels comfortable and nourishing. And taking one more cycle of breath, for our purposes here, just demonstrating the poses that are of benefit for this type of practice, you can slowly begin to bring yourself up and bringing the legs to extend out in front of you. Maybe you'll grab a blanket or a pillow and placing it underneath your sits bones. I'm going to extend my legs out in front of me. And then I'm going to draw one knee in, Janu Shirshasana, as I allow just the leg to turn out to the side. The other leg is straight. And I'm going to grab a block. And I'm going to stack a couple of blocks. Could be a couple of pillows, whatever you have. If you have anything, you can just let the head once again be supported. Very calming for the brain as we allow the head to relax. And again, I'm drawing my chin down into the notch between my collarbones, finding the extension of the spine up into my brain stem, resting my awareness on my breath, recognizing when I move away from the breath and then returning my awareness back to the breath. Without any judgment, without any attachment, just allowing the weight of my thoughts, the weight of my body to surrender towards the support of the floor, the earth element. And again, staying here for anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes. For our purposes, we'll take one more breath. And on the completion of your exhale, slowly using your arms to assist you as you come back up. And just letting this pose integrate for a moment. moving with care and with gentleness, we'll just switch so that the other leg is now in front and bending the other knee out to the side. Again, you might choose to place your blocks, or for some of us, we might grab a chair, or in my case, I have my yoga ball. And so I'll just bring that to the inside, find some extension, draw my chin into the notch between my collarbones, and let my head rest. Yeah, and as I let my head rest, just allowing the weight of my skull to release on whatever I'm making contact with. Letting the energy of my legs be really passive. So it's not about how far I'm stretching, right? It's really about surrendering, yielding, the process of letting go. And again, staying on this side anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes. And for our purposes, taking one more cycle of breath here. And then using your arms to assist you as you come up. Taking that moment of integration, just letting it land in the body, beginning to bring our internal systems back into a state of homeostasis, equilibrium. And moving into our final pose for our practice right now, Viparita Karani, which is interpreted as legs up the wall, but for our purposes, maybe again, using your bed. If you're lying on the floor, you can put them up the wall, right? Lying on your bed. Or if you have that chair, you can put your legs up on the chair. Or in my case, I'm going to put my legs up on my ball. And I'm even going to place my blanket underneath the base of my skull, slightly tilting my head forward. Again, very calming for the nervous system. And the palms can rest upwards. They can anchor onto your body. Again, whatever would feel nourishing as we rest our awareness back on the breath. And letting the weight of our legs be supported by whatever might be underneath them. And letting the back body sink into the support of the floor. And at the same time, feeling the support of the floor rise up to meet you, to hold you. And staying here between 3 to 5 minutes, or as long as it feels beneficial. But for our purposes, just another round of breath. And then slowly transitioning by bending the knees, if they're not, walking the feet slightly in, rolling to the side in a fetal position. Maybe you're ready to go to bed right now. Or if you're still not quite in that state of relaxation, coming up, and I'd like to guide you through a lunar breathing exercise. This breathing exercise is about calming the parasympathetic nervous system, and it's focusing on our left nostril, as odd as that might sound, which is that lunar energy channel of bringing that sense of calmness and restfulness into our system. So I'm going to use my thumb and my ring finger, and I'm going to breathe in through my left nostril and out through my right nostril, in through my left nostril, out through my right nostril. And I'm going to do that by taking my thumb and placing it on my right nostril as I breathe in through my left nostril. Pause at the top of the inhalation, block off the left nostril, and exhale through the right nostril. Pause at the end of the exhalation, block off the right nostril, inhale through the left nostril. Pause at the inhalation, block off the left, exhale through the right. Pause, block off the right. Inhale through the left. Pause at the top, block off the left, exhale through the right. Pause at the bottom, block off the right, and continuing on your own up to 9 cycles of breathing in through the left, out through the right, taking a slight pause at the top of the inhalation and at the base of the exhalation. And on that completion of that lunar moon breath, you can just let your palms rest on your thighs and just feeling now into the body, thankful for the body for supporting you, thankful for the breath for bringing you back into alignment. And as you're ready, lowering yourself down into your bed for a restful, peaceful sleep. Namaste.